The night settled gently over the quiet neighborhood in Northern California, where streetlights glowed softly and most homes had already gone to sleep, but inside Emily Carter's house, rest felt far away. Emily lay awake in her bed, staring at the ceiling, counting the slow seconds between each breath, feeling the familiar weight of loneliness even though her husband, Daniel, slept right beside her. His back was turned, as it had been most nights lately, and the space between them felt wider than the king-size bed they shared. The day had been long but uneventful: dinner with Daniel's old friend Mark Reynolds, laughter at the table, polite conversation, nothing out of place. Mark had traveled down from Vancouver to visit for a few days, and Daniel had been excited, talking about old college stories and memories Emily had heard many times before. She had smiled, served food, and listened, but deep inside, she felt like a guest in her own home. As the house grew quieter, Emily's thoughts grew louder. She thought about how her marriage had slowly changed, not through arguments or betrayal, but through neglect so gentle it was almost invisible. Daniel worked long hours, came home tired, and often disappeared into his phone or television. He was not cruel or unkind, just absent in ways that mattered. Emily missed feeling chosen, missed feeling seen. The rain outside tapped lightly against the windows, steady and calm, matching the rhythm of her restless mind. She turned slightly, hoping Daniel might reach for her in his sleep, but he didn't move. A sigh escaped her lips, quiet enough not to wake him. She closed her eyes and tried to let go of her thoughts, reminding herself that tomorrow would be better, that marriages had seasons, that this emptiness would pass. Then she heard it, a faint sound, barely noticeable at first, like the soft shift of weight on wood. Her eyes opened instantly. The hallway floorboard creaked again, slow and careful, and her heart began to beat faster, not from fear exactly, but from alertness. The house was old, she reminded herself. Sounds traveled. Guests moved around unfamiliar spaces. Still, she listened closely. The heater hummed, the rain continued, and then footsteps paused outside her bedroom door. Emily sat up slightly, the blanket sliding down her arms. She felt suddenly awake in a way sleep could not claim again. A quiet knock followed, gentle and unsure, as if the person on the other side did not fully intend to be there. For a brief moment, she thought she might be dreaming, but the sound was real. Daniel stirred beside her, murmured something in his sleep, and turned over, still unaware. Emily's breath caught in her throat as she whispered, "Yes." The door opened just a little, and Mark Reynolds stood there, framed by the dim hallway light, his expression apologetic and uncertain. He looked tired but alert, like someone who had been carrying too many thoughts. "I'm sorry," he said softly, his voice low out of respect for the sleeping house. "I thought this was the bathroom. I didn't mean to wake you." Emily nodded, her mind racing faster than her words. "It's okay," she replied, trying to sound calm, though she could feel her pulse in her ears. Mark didn't move right away. He glanced back down the hallway, then back at her, as if weighing whether to say more or leave. The silence stretched, thick but not uncomfortable, filled with something neither of them had expected. "You okay?" Mark asked quietly, his tone gentle, sincere. "You seemed distant tonight." The question surprised her. No one had asked her that in a long time. Emily hesitated, aware of Daniel sleeping inches away, aware of how strange and fragile the moment was. "I'm fine," she said at first, out of habit. But the word felt empty as soon as it left her mouth. Mark studied her for a second, not intrusively, just attentively, the way someone looks when they truly listen. He nodded slowly, as if he understood more than she had said. "Well, he said after a pause. Stepping back slightly, "Good night, Emily. Sorry again." She watched as he closed the door quietly behind him, his footsteps fading back down the hall. Emily lay back against her pillow, staring at the door long after the sound disappeared. Her chest felt tight, her thoughts tangled. Nothing had happened, no secrets spoken, no lines crossed, yet something inside her had shifted. That brief moment, that simple question, had touched a part of her she had been trying to ignore. She turned her head and looked at Daniel, still asleep, peaceful and unaware, and felt a wave of sadness she could not fully explain. The night pressed on, heavy and quiet, and Emily knew she would not sleep again until morning, because something had begun that night, not an affair, not a betrayal, but an awakening she did not yet understand, one that would not easily fade with the coming light. Mark stood in the doorway for a moment longer than necessary, and Emily's heart raced as she tried to process his sudden presence. The hallway light framed him in soft shadows, making him look almost fragile, and Emily felt a strange mix of surprise and tension. "I really thought this was the bathroom," he repeated, his voice careful, low, and filled with a hint of nervousness. Emily nodded, still sitting up in bed, her mind spinning with thoughts she hadn't expected to have. Mark was always polite, always friendly, but never like this, never alone with her at night, never appearing in her bedroom doorway. She noticed the subtle details she hadn't paid attention to before, the way his eyes reflected the dim light, the slight tension in his shoulders, the way his fingers lingered near the doorframe as if unsure whether to leave or stay. Emily felt a flicker of connection she hadn't anticipated, an awareness of the human closeness that came from sharing small, unguarded moments. Mark stepped inside just a fraction, keeping his distance, careful not to cross an invisible line. "Are you sure you're okay?" he asked again, softer this time, like he was offering her something beyond words, a chance to be heard, to be noticed. Emily's chest tightened. She wanted to answer, to tell him everything she felt about the loneliness that had grown in her marriage, the quiet heartbreak of feeling unseen, but words seemed impossible. Instead, she simply nodded again, her throat tight, and found herself studying him, noticing for the first time how attentive he could be, how he seemed to notice small details that others missed. The silence stretched between them, filled with unspoken understanding and the weight of emotions neither had intended to confront. She realized that Mark's presence brought a warmth she hadn't expected, a reminder of what it felt like to be noticed, to be important to someone. He smiled faintly, almost apologetically, then stepped back toward the door. "Good night, Emily," he said quietly, his eyes lingering on hers for a brief second that felt impossibly long. As he left, Emily sunk back into the pillows, her mind racing, heart pounding, feeling the stirrings of emotions she had buried deep inside. Nothing had happened, and yet everything had changed. The memory of his face, his voice, and that small, careful concern stayed with her, echoing in the quiet room long after the door closed. She realized she could not stop thinking about the intensity of a simple, unexpected moment, the way it had awakened feelings she didn't fully understand. Sleep eluded her entirely that night, and she lay awake, staring at the ceiling, replaying the encounter again and again. The house was still, the rain tapping lightly against the windows, but inside Emily, the world had shifted subtly, irreversibly, in ways she could not yet name. By the time morning came, she was exhausted, emotionally drained, and quietly shaken, aware that something important had begun, something delicate, complicated, and impossible to ignore. That night, Mark's brief presence had opened a door not just into her room, but into a part of herself she had been neglecting, and she knew that life would never feel quite the same again. The next day passed in a strange hedge, with Emily moving through her morning routine as if in a dream, her thoughts still tangled in the events of the night before. Daniel was cheerful, talking and laughing with Mark over coffee, completely unaware of the tension that lingered in Emily's chest, and she forced herself to join the conversation, offering smiles and polite remarks while feeling disconnected from the words she spoke. Mark seemed equally cautious, aware of the fragile line they had almost crossed but careful not to acknowledge it, and Emily felt a mix of relief and frustration that nothing had been said, yet the memory of his gentle concern lingered like a shadow she could not shake. As the day unfolded, small moments made her heart beat faster, a glance, a shared laugh over something trivial, the way Mark would subtly notice if she looked tired or distracted, reminders of the attention she craved but rarely received. Later that evening, when Daniel stepped out to take a late work call, Emily found herself alone with Mark in the kitchen, the warm light casting long shadows on the walls and making the familiar space feel intimate in a way that startled her. He leaned casually against the counter, his expression serious but not accusatory, and spoke softly, almost as if testing the waters. "I shouldn't have gone into your room last night," he admitted. "I crossed a line, even if I didn't mean to." Emily's chest tightened, and she swallowed hard, feeling a rush of emotions she hadn't expected. "You didn't," she said quickly, then paused, realizing the truth in her own words. "But it scared me, how it made me feel." Mark nodded, and there was a quiet understanding in the space between them, the kind of understanding that only forms when two people share an unspoken recognition of each other's hearts. They stood close enough to feel the warmth of each other's presence but far enough to respect boundaries, and Emily felt a wave of conflicting emotions, comfort, longing, confusion, and a startling clarity. It wasn't attraction in the usual sense, not desire or temptation, but a deep awareness of being seen, of being understood in ways Daniel hadn't managed in months. In that kitchen, amid the faint hum of the refrigerator and the quiet ticking of the clock, Emily realized that her marriage had been quiet but emotionally distant, and that this fleeting connection with Mark had highlighted what she had been missing. Words failed her, yet she felt compelled to say something, to acknowledge the truth she had been avoiding. "I feel invisible sometimes," she admitted, her voice trembling slightly. Mark's eyes softened, and he reached out instinctively, brushing a stray hair from her face, a simple, gentle gesture that spoke volumes. "I see you, Emily," he whispered, "more than you know." That small admission made her heart ache with both longing and guilt, the complex tangle of emotions leaving her breathless. When Daniel returned, laughing lightly on the phone, the spell broke, leaving Emily feeling both relieved and hollow, the weight of unspoken truths pressing down on her. She knew that nothing physical had happened, but the emotional impact was undeniable. She had tasted an attention and understanding she had not realized she had been starving for. That night, Emily and Daniel finally talked, sitting side by side in the living room, the soft glow of the lamp creating a private space for honesty. She spoke of the loneliness she had been carrying, the way she sometimes felt invisible in their marriage, and Daniel listened, really listened, for the first time in months. There were tears, quiet confessions, and promises to try harder, but Emily understood that some awakenings could not be undone. Her heart had been stirred in ways she did not fully control, and Mark's presence had revealed both her longing and the fragility of her marriage. As she climbed into bed that night, Daniel, asleep beside her, Emily felt a mixture of hope and uncertainty. She loved her husband, yet she had glimpsed a connection with someone else that made her question what she had been ignoring for so long. The tension of unspoken emotions hung in the air, delicate and sharp, leaving her restless and thoughtful, knowing that the coming days would force her to navigate feelings she hadn't anticipated and decisions she could not avoid. Mark left early the next morning, slipping out quietly before anyone could say goodbye, leaving Emily alone in the stillness of her home with a swirl of emotions she couldn't easily name. The house felt emptier without his presence, yet his brief stay had left a lasting impression, a reminder of how alive she could feel when someone truly noticed her. Days turned into weeks, and Daniel tried harder, planning small gestures, conversations that lasted longer than before, date nights that reminded Emily of happier times, yet the memory of Mark's gentle concern lingered like a quiet echo in her heart, a truth she couldn't fully share. Emily realized that it wasn't about Mark, not really, but about being seen, about the awakening of feelings that had been dulled by years of routine and silence. Every time she caught herself thinking about that night, she felt both warmth and guilt, a confusing mixture that made her question her own emotions. Then, months later, the real surprise came. Emily discovered she was pregnant. The news should have been purely joyous, a new beginning, but it carried with it an undercurrent of uncertainty and reflection. Questions she hadn't dared to ask herself before now whispered in her mind: timelines, feelings, decisions, the fragile nature of trust and love. She realized she had grown, learned, and seen herself differently through the brief but intense interactions with Mark, and it became clear that honesty was the only way forward. Sitting with Daniel one evening, she told him everything she had felt that night: the fear, the loneliness, the stirrings of emotion that Mark's presence had brought to the surface. She didn't confess to any betrayal, because there had been none, but she shared the truth of her heart, the vulnerability she had been hiding, and the quiet fracture she had felt in their relationship. Daniel listened, and instead of anger or blame, there was understanding, a willingness to confront the cracks together rather than turning away. They talked long into the night, acknowledging the silent drift of their marriage, the moments they had overlooked, and the ways they could reconnect. Emily realized then that love is not just about presence or commitment, it is about noticing, nurturing, and honoring the person you choose to be with every single day. That night, she felt both sorrow for what had been neglected and hope for what could be rebuilt, understanding that while Mark's visit had stirred her heart, it had also awakened her to what she truly wanted from life and marriage. In the following weeks, Emily and Daniel worked intentionally on their relationship, small gestures, longer conversations, and shared dreams weaving them closer than before. The memory of Mark remained, not as a temptation, but as a mirror showing Emily what she needed: attention, understanding, and emotional connection, and she carried that awareness forward with gratitude rather than regret. The pregnancy grew into a symbol of new beginnings, of choices made with clarity and courage, and Emily felt a profound sense of responsibility, love, and hope, knowing that the challenges she had faced were part of a journey toward deeper intimacy and honesty. And though the night her husband's friend had entered her room would always linger in her memory as a moment of emotional awakening, it became a turning point, not of betrayal, but of self-discovery, the fragile beauty of human connection, and the realization that love can survive and even flourish when nurtured with truth, openness, and care. That night, a door had opened, not to temptation or loss, but to understanding, reflection, and the quiet power of honesty, leaving Emily with a heart full of lessons, gratitude, and a renewed hope for the life she was building with Daniel, proving that even the most unexpected moments can shape the course of a lifetime.